ओ ओ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओके, 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Purushottama Yogo. Now we have been studying along with Shankaracharya ji, Shankar Bhashya. First shloka we saw where Samsara Bruksha Varnanam is done. Why it is done? Because we need Vairagya. Why do we need Vairagya? Viraktasya samsaradhi adhikarah na anyasya iti. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji said, the one who is dispassionate, he is only fit or qualified for Paramartha, to get Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Tattva Jnana. That is why Vairagya is necessary. To boost that Vairagya, Bhagavan started explaining about the world, Samsara Vruksha. And in that Bhagavan said, superior, untouched is Brahma. From that Paramatma, from that Brahma, this world came out. One who knows that root also, cause and effect, both, he is Vedavid. He is knower of Vedas. He is knower of Veda means he knows the Paramatma Tattva rightly. Okay, and it is Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji said, it is praise that he is knower of Veda. Means what? We all will prompt us to know this Atma Tattvam, because everybody wants to be knower of everything. So if you want to be that, you know this Samsara Vruksha. This way, Stuti is also been done by Shankaracharya ji. Now we will chant second shloka. We will do Anvaya, Vigraha and all. Okay. So before that, one thing I wanted to tell you. In first shloka, it is said he is Tattvavit. He is Vedavit. Now, if person is Vedavit, why Bhagavan Krishna should tell all other 19 shlokas? In first shloka, if he understands the nature of samsara, nature of Paramatma, he becomes Tattvavit. Then why all other shlokas? So this connection is given by Shankaranandaji. Shankaracharya is different, Shankaranandaji is different. Shankaranandaji is the guru of our Vidyaranya Swami, and he wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita. He says first shloka is for that qualifier, that sadhaka whose antakaran is pure and his antakaran shuddhi has already happened, and he knows the nature of this samsara vriksha as well as Paramatma. He will liberate right away. Sadhyo mukti. He will go for videha mukti, and that person whose antakaran is not pure yet, impure antakaranam, ashuddha antakaranam, he has to listen all next three shlokas. He has to get vairagya, and then only he will be able to get videha mukti. For such a person who is ashuddha antakaranam, this all other shlokas are stated. Otherwise, first shloka, this shuddha antakaran sadhaka's work is done. I will just read 2-3 lines. You see that, and we'll come back. Very nice lines. Shuddhatmanah, this is Shankaranandi. Shuddhatmanah eva ईश्वर प्रसादवतः कारण ज्ञानेन कार्यस्य वृक्षस्य कारण मात्रत्व विज्ञानात् ब्रह्मवित्वं videha muktischa siddhyati. So cause is explained and effect is explained. Shuddha anta shuddhatmanah, the one he is antakaranam is shuddha. If he knows the atma tattvam and samsara vriksha varnanam, then brahma tattvam videha muktischa siddhyati. And on the other hand, malinatmanah tu samsara vriksha swarupam samyak vijnanaya asad buddhya. He knows the first shloka is very well understood. We all have understood, but we are not Brahmavid yet, because always this is told that Ashuddha Atma, Malina Atma. Atma here means Antakaranam. Malina Atma Nahatu Samsara Vruksham Samyak Vijnanaya. Having this, he knows this Samsara Vruksha perfectly. Still, Asad Buddhya, and he doesn't get that knowledge. Even he knows that anubhuti is not there. Samsara, we all know how samsara is, anityam, asukham. I am Brahma, this also we know. But that phala of that aham brahmasmi or jagat mithyatva, I don't see in me. Why? It is answered here. Malin atman hatu. Shankaranandaji, I am reading just 2-3 lines. Tataha, therefore, for this Malin Atma, second, third, fourth, all shlokas are stated by Bhagavan Krishna. Otherwise, the one who is qualified sadhaka in first shloka, he becomes Brahmavit. Okay. Tatah viraktavataha eva jnanam mokshascha siddhyati iti bodhayitum punah samsara vruksham vishinashti. To tell you, vairagya should rise in us. Those who are, means you see the definition of shuddha antakaran shuddhi here. One who is virakta, shuddha antakaranam. One who doesn't have vairagya, malin antakaranam. To become malin atma to shuddha atma, vairagya is again told here. Okay. So this was introduction given by Shankaranandaji for second shloka. Bhagavan Shankaracharya gives very small introduction. Okay. I will read the shloka, Vigraha and then Anvaya, and then we'll see Bhashya. Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhascha mulanyanu karmanubandhini manushaloke. Purposely I read Shakha. Okay. Vigraha, you see, whenever we read in our Chinmay mission, we read Shakha. Along with Vigraha, we read. So that meaning should be clear. Otherwise, in other parampara, they don't read shloka and they don't split it. They have different ideas. Our idea is when we chant, that time meaning should pop up in our head. Meaning should come. So Vigraha is very simple. You can see difference. That is why I wrote just beside of this. Adha cha urdhvam prasrutaha tasya shakhaha. This is shakhaha, visarga came there. Guna pravruddha, there also visarga. Because shakhaha is plural, so guna pravruddha is also plural. Guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha. Our genuine question would be, then why in main shloka they did not write shakhaha, pravruddhaha? Why such things are there? Meter. Meter is the reason. If meter goes here and there, one visarga if you add, then meter chando bhanga will happen. This is a proper term, chando bhanga. That is why here they apply all rule. Okay, when soft consonant is followed, when hard soft consonant is followed by hard consonant, then visarga lopa happens. Many rules are there. We don't go into that. We directly see vigraha. Okay, so guna pravruddhaha vishaya pravalaha. Adaha cha, that visarga becomes sh. Stoshchunashchuhu is the rule. Okay, don't bother by that rule. But adaha cha, mulani, in main shloka mulanya. Here eko yanachi sutra is there. Ekasthane yan adeshah bhavati. So mulani anusantatani karma anubandhini manushya loke. Okay, this is the vigraha. Vigraha means what? I will, whatever rules are there, with that rule I will separate all words so that I can take the right meaning. Otherwise shakha is singular and vishaya pravala is plural. I cannot take right meaning. So that I always do vigraha. Okay. Anvaya. Tasya, Anvaya means whatever we have seen, of that we will rearrange it. So can proper sentence is made. And with that sentence, I can fetch the meaning. You see how our tradition follows the steps. Whichever shloka, this is not applicable for here only. Whichever shloka you see, you first split it, parse that shloka, then rearrange it. Once you rearrange it, you will get the right meaning. How to rearrange? You have to take first karta, then whatever in between, then you put kriyapad, verb at the end. Okay, this way you can get the right sentence. Sentence is equal to subject plus object plus verb. Same way we have to put here. How will I find karta? How will I find karma? How will I find this verb? For that, little bit basic Sanskrit is required. Yes. Tasya means samsara vrukshasya guna pravruddhaha vishaya pravalaha shakha. Tasya samsara vrukshasya shakha. That of that tree, these branches. How these branches are? Guna pravruddhaha. They are flourished by guna. Vishaya or extended by guna. Vishaya pravalaha. And these extended branches of sattva rajatama guna, they have vishaya pravalaha. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, this five vishaya, this object, sense of objects are like shoots to this branch. Okay, samsara vruksha is there. Tasya samsara vrukshasya guna pravruddhaha shakha. What are the branches of this vruksha? Sattva, rajas, tama, these three guna, out of them many branches have come. And to these branches, vishaya pravalaha. Pravala means shoots. What are the shoots of these branches? They are vishaya. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. These are the shoots of these branches. Okay. Again, this sentence ends here. Adhaha cha urdhvam prasrutaha. And these shakhas, they are spreaded upward and downward. Okay, earlier shloka was different, that urdhvam moolam is up and branches are down, because karya karana bhav sambandha was there, like me and my children. So me and my children, like that, cause and effect. Because of that, adha urdhvam, this phrase came last time. Here in different way they are telling, Bhagavan is telling, this branches, sattva rajatama guna, and this sense objects, they are spreaded upward and downward. Where in this mrityu loka, okay, you see, tasya guna pravruddhaha vishaya pravalaha shakhaha adha cha urdhvam prasrutaha. Here we should stop. Prasrutaha. Next sentence starts, manushya loke karmanubandhini. This word we are going to analyze nicely. Manushya loke karmanubandhini. In this mrityu loka, manushya loka karmanubandhini. Karma will follow papa and punya, dharma and adharma in this manushya loka. And this manushya loka is only world where man has got right to do something. Karma yoni. It is not only bhoga yoni. That is why manushya loke karma anubandhini. This world of human being is karma anubandhini. Whatever karma you do, two meanings are there. As we go in bhashya, we will see that. So this manushya loka, here only I get freedom to do karma. Now for time being, I can understand this manushya yoni is bhoga yoni as well as karma yoni. I can do karma here. I can exhaust bhoga also, and I can do karma. Unlike other yonis, if you go to Indradi yoni, there you have to exhaust your sukham sukham, punyam punyam punyam. If you go to bad yonis like Tiryagadi, there you have to exhaust your papam. You can't do anything. But here in this body, you have freedom to do karma. Of course, prarabdha will every now and then trouble you, but still you have intelligence, power to overcome that prarabdha karma also. Adha manushya loke karmanubandhini moolani. Here moola shabdasya artha, here moola means different. Who give this different meaning? Bhashyakara, tikakar, commentator, they give this kind of meaning. Moolani adha cha urdhvam anusantatani. Okay. Here moolani means aham, mamata and vasana. These three, they will again take you up and down. Bhagavan is telling. Okay, in Bhashya everything will be clear, don't worry. So this samsara vruksha is there. Sattva, Raja, Tamas, these three guna, they are spreaded widely. Okay, and they have shoots as sense objects. And they are spreaded upward and downward. In this Manushya Loka, I have freedom to do karma. And aham, ahanta, mamata and my vasana, they will again take me up and down. Because vasana, they are spreaded here and there. Urdhvam, adha, anusantatani. They are spreaded. Okay, so let us read Bhashya now. Okay. Yes. So here also Avatarnika. I told you what is Avatarnika, what is Bhashyam here. So we'll read one by one. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji gives the introduction to this mantra, this shloka. Tasya eva means samsara vrukshasya eva apara avayava kalpana uchyate. Bhagavan is telling, Shankaracharya ji is telling now of that same vruksha, whatever other things are there, relevant things, okay, relevant parts of that vruksha, Bhagavan Krishna is explaining. And Shankaranandaji told, For Shuddha Atma, first shloka work is over. For Ashuddha Atma and listening knowledge, for him all other shlokas are important. They will generate vairagya in him. Yes. Now Bhagavan is telling adhascha iti means this shloka will begin. Okay. Adha means what? Manushadibhyah yavat stavaram. Manushadibhyah means from human being, yavat means up to immobile things. Okay. Sthavara means like trees and stones. It is called adha. This samsara vruksha, okay, from man up to or down to sthavaram, vruksha and stone. This vruksha, vistar of this vruksha is this much. Adha means up to sthavaram. Okay. Urdhvam cha. Now shloka has started. Okay, this yellow line means those are words in shlokas. Adhaschordhvam. So adha means from man down to the sthavaram, like trees and stones and all. Urdhvam means what? How this samsara vruksha is spreaded. Urdhvam cha yavat brahmanah vishwasrujah dhama iti etad antam. Okay. Urdhvam means from man up to brahmanah, up to Brahmaji. And what is another name? Because Brahma word can be misunderstood with Paramatma, the supreme consciousness. That is why Bhagwan Shankaracharya gives another word here. It is definition of Bhashya that Swapadani cha varnante. Whatever Brahmanah, this word is used by Shankaracharya. It should not create more confusion. Brahmanah means it is that pure consciousness or what? That is why he said Vishwasrujaha. This is another name of Brahmaji. Okay. So different readings are there. I will explain that also. Here, Brahmanah Vishwasrujaha Dhama. Dhama means that Brahmalok. From Manusha Mrutyulok up to Brahmalok, this samsara vruksha is spreaded, expanded. Here somewhere it is written dharma. Okay. So, and different meaning is also taken of that dharma. See, Brahma is a Brahmadeva. Here dharma means Lord of Death. If you open Kathopanishad, there for Yama also dharma word is used. This meaning is given by Gambhirananda ji, okay, which is also good meaning. Like Bhagwan is explaining how this samsara vruksha is expanded upward, in upward direction, starting from Mrutyuloka up to Brahma. One meaning is Brahma Dhama means up to Brahma Loka, and second meaning is this samsara vruksha is spreaded Brahma and Yama also. Okay, Lord of Death or World of Death. This also meaning is taken. Generally, it is widely spreaded. This Bhagwan has to tell. Iti etad antam. Okay. This is the end of this samsara vruksha. So starting from man up to the immobile yonis, okay, and starting from Mrutyuloka up to Brahma Loka, this samsara vruksha is spreaded. Okay. Next, how this is, done? Like somebody will go in Swarga, somebody will go in Brahma Loka. On what basis they have done everything? Bhagavan is explaining that. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. This is very important shruti. Okay. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Like how you do karma, based upon that you will get next yoni. This is Bruhadaranyaka 442. Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad 442 quotation is there. Very nicely it is explained about karma and all. And this same Shruti comes in Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad 2.27. 227 and Bruhadaranyaka 442. How a person will go to Brahmaloka, how person will stay in Mrityu Loka, how he can go to, he may go to Tiryagadi Yoni. Okay, not super inferior yonis. It is based upon Yatha Karma Yatha Shrutam. Yatha Shrutam means as your knowledge is. Okay, how you have heard, how you have understood this world. Based upon that, you will have next yoni. Yatha Karma, based upon your karma, and based upon your knowledge, you will go to different world. Yatha Karma Yatha Shrutam Jnanam Karma Phalani means, here Jnanam word means Upasana. Okay, Jnanam. You see Shankaracharya's Bhashya, unless you know listen from a Parampara person, you will not understand. Otherwise, you will say Jnana is also under Karma. Karma will give me moksha. You will say that. If you read this line just likely casually, then you will feel that. Because it is said, Yatha Karma Yatha Shrutam, Jnana Karma Phalani. As your karma is, as your knowledge is, you will get phala of Jnana and Karma. Here Jnana means Upasana. Okay. So based upon your Upasana, your knowledge, your karma, you will get all results. Okay. Tasya. Tasya means Bruksha, Brukshasya. Shakha. Iva Shakaha Prasrutaha Pragataha. Pragataha means it is expanded. Well expanded. Pragataha. Prakarshena Gataha. Well expanded. So this samsara bruksha based upon your knowledge. Your knowledge means upasana, and based upon your karma, you will get different. You will enter into different world, and these are all its shakha. Okay. Tasya samsara brukshasya shakha eva shakha prasrutaha pragataha. Now guna pravruddhaha, Bhagavan is explaining. Guna pravruddhaha, gunaihi means by all these gunas. Sattva rajas tamobhihi pravruddhaha. Pravruddhaha means sthulikrutaha upadana bhutaihi. Let us understand this. Whole universe is nothing but sattva, rajas, tamas, guna. Three gunas. Whole world is only vistar, expansion of these three gunas. How can you say that? Because you take any object in this world, like if you take this Bhagavad Gita or anything in this creation, only three things are there. First is this matter, we say inertia, this is tamoguna, and kriya of this matter. Okay, whichever matter you take, there is some kriya on that. Okay, that is rajoguna, and knowledge of that inert object is jnana, which is part of sattva guna. This world is made up of sattva, rajas, tamas guna means this world is made up of matter, inertia, and there is action, kriya in that, and knowledge of that thing. This way, the whole world is expanded. Gunaihi sattva, rajas, tamobhihi pravruddhaha. Yes, pravruddhaha means स्थूलीकृताः upadana bhutaihi. Upadana bhutaihi means this fire, water, earth, all these pancha mahabhutas are there. These are upadana bhutaihi. Pancha mahabhuta, they are upadana karanam. Upadana karanam means what? Like if I want to make a pot, what is upadana karanam of that pot? Clay is the upadana karanam of that pot. Same way, this sattva, rajas, tamas guna is our prakriti. But what is karanam? How that became gross? So it is said, upadana bhutaihi sthulikrutaha. Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, and Akash, they grossified. This process of grossification has happened. Then only this gross world came into being. Yes, three gunas are there, and With the help of this Pancha Mahabhuta, this gross world came into being. And actually all this is vistar of that samsara vriksha, which is sattva, rajas, tamo gunaha. And we saw what it means: knowledge, action, kriya in that, and matter, inertia. Okay. Vishaya pravalaha. Vishaya pravalaha. Pravala means, I told you, shoot. Branch is there and shoots of that branch. Pallava. Bhagavan Shankaracharya will say Pallava. Vishayaha. What are these Vishayas? Shabdadayah. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These five objects. Means we are surrounded by these five objects. Pravalaha. Pravalaha eva. As though these are offshoots or shoots of this Sattva, Rajas, Tama Guna. As though. Eva means as it were, or as though these are offshoots or shoots of this Sattva, Rajas, Tama Guna. Okay. Dehadi karma phalebhyah. Like how body is there, and that body will do some karma. That karma will generate some karma phala. Dehadi karma phalebhyah. There is some relation. Like deha is the karanam, and from that deha karma phala comes. Same way, this branch, sattva rajas tamaguna, is branch is there, and that cause from that sattva rajas tamaguna branch, again this shabdadi vishaya come. You see, to make us understand this concept that from visha shabda sparsha, from this guna shabda sparsha came out, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is giving the illustration of deha and karma. From deha, karma phala comes. Same way, from sattva, rajas, tama, this vishayas come. If you read Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter, you will understand this Prakruti is sattva, rajas, tama guna, yes. But what are sattva guna vishayas? What are tamo guna vishayas? We will understand there. Okay. Dehadi karma phalebhyah shakhabhyah ankuri bhavanti iva. Like one tree is there, of that tree branch comes, from that branch one small shoots come. In the same way, this vishaya, they have come out from this sattva, rajas, tama guna. Ankuri bhavanti means they germinate, they sprout this way. Tena vishaya pravalaha shakhaha. Because of those vishayas, it is said vishaya pravalaha shakhaha. Otherwise, main branch is sattva, rajas, tama guna. Okay. Yes, vishaya pravala. Now, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is telling, already Lord Krishna stated that what is the moolam of this samsara. So why again Bhagavan told adhascha moolani anusantatani? Bhagavan is telling samsara vrukshasya, here we go, samsara vrukshasya parama moolam. Difference you see now. In shloka, moolam word is used. Bhagavan Bhashyakara is making it more clear. Parama moolam. Okay, parama means superior root. So superior root is Paramatma. Okay, Maya, Avyakta Maya Shaktivat, that we should not forget. That Paramatma is the ultimate, this good word, ultimate root. Okay, samsara vrukshasya parama moolam upadana karanam. What a word here used, upadana karanam. Upadana karanam, I told you, like clay is the upadana karanam of pot. When I say clay is the upadana karanam of pot, means clay is present in that pot. In fact, without clay, pot will not exist. Same way, in this all samsara vruksha, in this all sattva, rajas, tamas world, Paramatma is already present. Just like clay appears in different form, Same way, Paramatma appears in different form. That is why Upadana Karanam word is used. And that Upadana Karanam is Parama Moolam. That is Parama Moolam. Parama Moolam. Purvam Uktam. Purvam Uktam means it is said before only. Samsara Vrukshasya Parama Moolam Upadanam Karanam Purvam Eva Uktam. Before it is told by Bhagwan Krishna. Atha Idanim. Now. Atha means now. Atha means hereafter. Idani means now. Atha hereafter now. Karma phala janita raga dveshadi vasana mulani iva. Here you see what is moolam. Here karma phala janita raga dveshadi vasanaha. So raga, dvesha, vasana, these are the roots now. And how they are produced? Karma phala janita. Whatever karma I do, out of that karma I get karma phala, and that karma phala will produce raga dveshadi vasana in me. Like I do karma to get one object. Like I will say iPhone 11 or laptop. For that laptop I will do karma. And once I get that mobile or laptop, that mobile or laptop will generate raga, dvesha and vasana. And those raga, dvesha, vasana, they will become the cause for my next body. That is why it is said, adhascha mulani anusantatani. First, let us see this. So this mula means you are very clear now. This mula means raga, dvesha, vasana. Aham, mamata, vasana. These are the mulani iva. Yes. And how these are? Karma phala janita. Whatever karma phala I get, they will bring these things in me. Any karma phala. I want daughter. I want baby boy. That boy will again create asakti, dvesha, vasana in me, and that may give me next janma. Mula means what? That will become cause. Yes. So raga, dveshadi, vasana is the cause of what? Dharma, dharma, pravrutti, karanani. Here dharma means punya, adharma means papa, and pravrutti means I will engage myself in papa and punya based upon raga, dvesha and vasana. Yes. Avantar bhavini, and that karma, that raga, dvesha, vasana will give me result in future. Avantar bhavini, that is going to, bhavini means in future, that will give me result. Okay. Tani. Okay. Mulani, tani means that those roots, those causes will give me papa punya, different pravrittis. Yes. When raga is there, I will do, out of that raga dvesha only we do papa punya. Okay. Adhascha dehadi apekshaya mulani anusantatani anupravishtani. Here two different readings are there. One is devadi apeksha in your Shankar Bhashya if you have book. Otherwise dehadi apekshaya mulani santatani. So this mula raga dvesha vasana dehadi apekshaya anusantatani. They are, this vasana and all, they are spreaded down from this human birth. Like this, in this manusya janma, raga, dvesha, vasana, they are spreaded and deep rooted. All are dehadi apekshaya anusantatani anupravishtani. My vasana, raga, dvesha, they will not go just like that. Easily they will not go, because they are deep rooted in my body, in my Sukshma Sharira, in my subconscious mind, Anupravishtani. They have entered already there. You see, easily you cannot give up anything. Yeah, it is very difficult to give up anything. It is very difficult to change your nature. I will come little down. It is very difficult to change your nature, change your decision immediately, because this raga dvesha vasana dehadi apekshaya, as compared to body, or in this body dehadi apekshaya anusantatani, in my mind, subconscious mind, intellect, everywhere these vasanas are already entered. It is very difficult. So adaha means what? Dehadi apekshaya anusantatani. With respect to this body, mind, intellect, everywhere they are anupravishtani. They are entered. Karmanubandhini. Next word is that. You all are walking with me. Okay. Karmanubandhini. So Bhagwan is opening up this word. Karma means dharma dharma lakshanam. Here karma means papa punya. Lakshana means indicator. Or that karma, which karma is actually that which gives pap and punya. It is counted here as karma. Taking bath and normal small things, they don't give papa punya. Okay, normal karma. But dharma dharma lakshanam, that karma is counted here. That karma which will give papa and punya is actually karma. Okay, karma means dharma dharma lakshanam. Anubandha paschat bhavi. I will read full line. Karma anubandhini. Karma dharma dharma lakshanam anubandha paschat bhavi esham udbhutam anu udbhavati tani karmanubandhini. Bhagwan is telling karma means dharma dharma, papa punya, and anubandha means anu means paschat, and bandha means will bind you. That papa punya will later, that papa punya will bind you later. Means whatever karma you do, that will bind you either by giving sukham or by giving dukkham. But this karma, which is dharma dharma lakshanam, which generates papa and punya, it will bind you paschat bhavi, in future. It will bind you. Esham udbhutam anu udbhavanti. Esha means when you do karma, after that. Anu means after udbhavati. Esham udbhutam means when you do karma, you finished karma, anu udbhavanti. After that, karma phala, like papa punya, will generate. And tani karma anubandhini. Those karma, papa punya will bind you. Yes. So in above line it is said, this karma is actually entered in our mind, subconscious mind, everywhere. Okay. Karma anubandhini. Now Manushya Loke, Bhagwan is explaining. Manushya Loke means Visheshatah atra. Atra means here. In this Mrityu Loka, Visheshatah atra hi Manushyanam Karmadhikarah Prasiddhah. Prasiddha means it is well known that in this Mrityu Loka only human has that ability to do karma. That is the meaning of Manushya Loke. Manushya Loke karma anubandhini. In this Manushya Loka, we have right to do karma. In second meaning, in this Manushya Loka only karma will bind you by giving sukham or by giving dukkham. Another way, in this Mrityu Loka, karma will give you papa and punya. You can do more and more punya, or you can do more and more papa. It is up to you. Manushya Loke Karmadhikarah Prasiddha. Only you, man, and all rules and shastra is applied for man. Only man can do karma and can liberate himself. There is no another yoni. That is why human birth is praised so much. So much it is praised. So that I can liberate myself from all agonies, all problems. Yes. Manusha loke iti prasiddha. So we saw in short, adhascha urdhvam prasrutaha tasya shakaha. From, you see Manusha loka in the middle, down you go. Down means not literally down, like trees and stones, all these matters you see, immovable things, all these are sthavaram. There up to there vistara is there, means inert, living things, non-living things, okay, all this up to there. If you go up to Brahmaji, this samsara vruksha is well spreaded, and based upon your upasana and your karma, these positions are acquired. Yes, this we saw. Branches are sattva rajas tama guna, means matter, kriya in that, and knowledge about that thing. In this way whole world is, expanded, and shoots of that world is shabda sparsha rupa ras gandha, these vishayas. Okay, and my vasanas, they will be cause for my next birth. They can put me anywhere, and these are spreaded, these are entered, vasanas, they have entered in my subtle body everywhere. How I can know that? I cannot give up things easily. I cannot change my nature because that nature is gone in. That is why. So this is all about shloka number 2. Now Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji is telling, Yah tu ayam varnitah samsara vrukshah. Meaning is, Yah means Yah ayam. Yah means this, whatever we have explained samsara vruksha, varnitah samsara vrukshah. Tu means but. Bhagwan Shankaracharya is telling, whatever samsara vruksha we have explained, but what? Next shloka. This is how introduction is given. Like Bhagwan Krishna explained about this samsara vruksha, but what? Next shloka we will read. But न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा. Samsara Vruksha I have explained, but first I will do Anvaya, then first I will do Vigraha, splitting. You pay attention. Now Shloka is in front of you. Na Rupam Asya Iha Tatha Upalabhyate Na Antah Na Cha Adihi Na Cha Sampratishtha. Ashwatham Enam Suvirudha Asanga Shastrena Drudhena Chitva. Continuation with 4th shloka. So having cut asunder this, next Bhagavan is telling another upadesha to us. So you understood. Na rupam asya iha tatha upalabhyate na antah na cha adihi na cha sampratishtha. Ashwatham enam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena drudena chitva. Okay. Anvaya is asya, means of this samsara vruksha. न रूपम तथा उपलभ्यते. It's actually Varnanam is done. It is told this samsara vriksha is like this, but as it is explained, it is not actually like that. The way it was explained, the way samsara appears, it is not like that. Okay? Na asya rupam iha tata तथा उपलभ्यते. यथा वर्णितम तथा अस्य संसार वृक्षस्य रूपम न उपलभ्यते. Means what? In our scriptures also, the how this world came from Paramatma is explained. Tasmat atmanah akasha sambhutah akashat vayuh, Taittiriya Upanishad. In Shastra also it is explained in the beautiful manner. But as it is explained in Shastra also, it is not like that. Okay, this samsara vriksha is, this samsara is something different. Bhagwan is telling. Na rupam asya tata upalabhyate. Na antah, and na antah upalabhyate. End of this world is not seen, not understood. Nacha adihi. The beginning of this samsara vriksha is not seen, not understood. Nacha sampratishtaha. In between also, the way it appears, it is not like that. Beautiful. Okay. Ashwat enam ashwatham suvir enam suvirudha moolam ashwatham. Ashwatham, what do you know? This, which is very well suvirudham. Suvirudham means this samsara vriksha is well flourished. You know, it is very well come out, and it is stout also. This samsara vriksha is suvirudha, means it is stout. You cannot shake your vasanas impressions easily. Okay, ashwatam, this samsara vriksha is very difficult to cross. It is very difficult to transgress. It is very difficult to, transcend this samsara vriksha, not transgress, transcend. You know, you cannot go beyond samsara easily. That is why suvirudha moolam. Okay, but how I can cut this samsara vriksha? Asanga shastrena. Asanga means with the help of vairagya, drudhena chitva, and you have to have strong vairagya. Vairagya's prakara are there. Smashana vairagya, prasuti vairagya. In yoga shastra also many prakaras are done, categorization. But Bhagwan says, if that root is so strong, so stout, you need that kind of axe also. You cannot cut a coconut tree with the help of blade. You cannot cut. You need that kind of axe. If you want to cut that, you need that kind of axe to cut that. Same way, if samsara vriksha is so strong, you have to have strong vairagya. Then only you can cut this samsara vriksha. Asanga shastrena. Asanga here means vairagya shastrena. Drudhena vairagya shastrena chitva. Having cut asunder with the help of strong axe, which is vairagya, then next sloka comes tataf padam tat parimargatavyam. Then you try to seek Paramatma. Once you have vairagya, once you cut this samsara vriksha, then you can seek Paramatma. Okay. This was in Avtarnika. Na rupam asya iti. Yeah. Here we go. We'll just read it. Next we'll see in next class. Na rupam asya iha yatha upavarnitam. Asya means samsara vrukshasya. Iha means here. Here, as it is explained, rupam yatha upavarnitam. Upa means close. In close means in last sloka, as it is explained, tatha na eva upalabhyate. It is not as is. The way it is explained, it is not like that, actually speaking. Then how it is? Swapna, Marichi, Udaka Maya, Gandharva Nagara Samatvat, Drushta, Nashta Swarupah, Hi Sah iti Atah Eva. This samsara is like what? You see examples taken here. Swapna. This samsara is like swapna. Okay. Marichi Udaka. It is like mirage water. You see all example different sattas. Like swapna is different satta and Jagruti is different satta. Like that, Paramatma is Paramarthik satta. This Jagat is Pratibhasik, Vyavaharik satta. Marichi and Udak, like mirage water is Pratibhasik satta, and the land, that barren land, is Vyavaharik satta, means two different sattas. See now, world and Paramatma, the consciousness, these are two different sattas. Mirage water, as it appears, it is not like that. We feel it will quench my thirst, but it doesn't. Maya Gandharva Nagarvat. It is like a city created with the help of Maya, Gandharva Nagar, or we can say clouds in the sky. They are not real. It appears as though like, oh, nice mansion is there, nice doors are there, people are there, but it is not like that. Okay, so example, you see Swapna also. In Swapna I see different things, but these are only for appearance. They are not actually there. Of course, Swapna Purusha is also in that. Swapna means not only things are mithya, the person in that Swapna is also mithya. Our main concept is this world is mithya, means person playing this role, that Swapna Purusha is also mithya. Okay, and I, the real I, is different, which is different satta. You see, all examples are given here which appears different, but in essence or in reality they are different. Swapna, many things appears, like sun you see when you sleep in the night, you sun you see, you village you see many things, but it only appears. Actually they are not like that. How it is? Samatvat means it is like Swapna, Marichi, Udaka, Maya, Gandharva Nagar. Three example: Swapna, mirage water, and the celestial city in sky. Okay, Samatvat, they are like Swapna. This world is like Swapna. In Prashnottara Ratna Malika we have seen that how it is like Swapna. This is Mandukya topic. Okay, this world is like Swapna. How it is? Drushta Nashta Swarupah. Okay, it comes, you see, and it goes. Dushta Nashta Swabhavavan. Yeah, Drushta, not Dushta. Drushta means you see it and it is gone. You see changes. The moment, every time when you know do like this, till that whole world is changed. Naneshwar Maharaj says, means continuously it is changing, and speed is so much that I cannot figure out the change. Born, gone. It is like Drushta Nashta Swarupa. You experience it and it goes. You experience it and it goes. Continuously it is happening. Changing. The moment you see, change. Every second it is changing. Ataha eva. That is why the every moment this world is changing. That is why it is said, as you see, this world is not like that. You see everything is stable. No, everything is deteriorating. Everything is changing. Sudden change is not the nature of this world. Okay, accidentally something will not happen. Everything in proper rhythm. Okay, last line I will read. Na antah. So you understood, it is not available as you see it. It is totally different. When you understand it, when you go more deeper in that, you will get it, how it is different. Na antah, na nantoh means na anta, na paryantah nishtha parisamaptiva vidyate. You know, we know this world emerged from somewhere and this world will merge in something. Like pralaya and utpatti we know, but we don't know when this will happen. And we don't know when this world emerged from Brahma. That is why it is said na antah, na antah, na paryantah. I don't know when this world will end. Yes, na paryantah, na nishtha. Parisamapti also I don't know. All are synonyms. Okay, paryanta, nishtha. Nishtha means how long it will stay stable. We don't know. And when will it end? We don't know. Tatha nacha adihi. Same way, tatha means same way, nacha adihi. And we don't know the adi of this world. Itah arabhya ayam pravruttah iti na kenachit gamyate. Itah arabhyam, itah means from here, arabhya means started. From here, this world started, na kenachit gamyate. Nobody knows, nobody understand that from this point, this world started. Okay. Nacha adihi itah arabhya ayam pravruttah. Pravruttah means arabhya, another word is given, pravruttah. Pravruttah means started. From here, this world started, began, nobody knows. Iti. From here it started in this way, nobody knows. Na kenachit gamyate. Gamyate means nobody understands. Nacha sampratishtha sthitihi madhyam asya na kenachit upalabhyate. Sampratishtha means starting, end point. In between also, what is the actual thing of about this world? Nobody knows. How this world is sustained, how this whole show is going on, nobody understands. So I don't know end, when this will end. That is why antah na. This started from here, nobody can tell this, and how this world is now going on, how many activities, how many people they do what not, nobody knows. And how still this world is going in proper rhythm, nobody knows this. Next part we will see next time. Okay. Ashwattam enam yathoktam suvirudamulam sushtuhu virudhani viroham. Very nice bhasha, but it is serious. Okay, because vairagya, the output of this world is serious. So topic will be serious. Serious things only can generate serious output. Casual thinking will generate casual output. Okay. So far we saw this world as it appears, it is not like that. Adi antah, nobody knows. Here we will stop. Now little bhasha is there. We can easily in 1 hour, without going here there, we can complete nicely. Okay, you also try to read, try to understand words. Again and again you read, some meaning will come. You can read Hindi meaning also. Okay. Yes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.